Yes, good morning, guys. Everyone is fine. I have a question from Duncan256. Um, asked me that I want to advise me. I want to start layer farming this year. Which month is profitable? Good to start. Now, if you watch this video up to the end, you're going to get the best advice. I'm going to give you the best advice you'll ever get about poultry farming or starting up anything in life. Starting up anything. Guys, I think let me get out. Maybe you have a look on these girls here. Yeah. Let me get out and we have a chat about this. Guys, I recently showed you the brooder, and currently we're having two of them. We're having two brooders now. Yeah. There is this one. These ones are now 1 week. And we have others up there in our another structure. Yes, guys, they are now 1 week old. They're now 1 week old. I think I have to give them some more light. I have to give them some more light, guys. So I'm free to see. Let me open there. Let me add on the light. Let me add on the light, guys. Others, keep around. Returning subscribers, you're most welcome. And to the new ones, please subscribe on the video. How is it, guys? How is liking them? Yeah, they are now they're now 1 week old, 7 days, guys. Hope you're seeing them. They have grown wings. Now this water is that they have put in the whatever the voodoo, whatever's inside the drinker. This is the pot. Since now it is a week old, I no longer put in the whatever. I never give them the whatever during the day because there is enough sunshine outside. You see, guys? Yeah, there's enough sunshine. Yeah, you can see the shadow here. That means there's enough heat for them, and they have made a week, so I can no longer give them more what during the day, maybe at night. See them how happy they are after giving them light. See them, guys. See them playing, and they are over squeezed here. I have to what? I have to give him more speed. I have to expand. They're over squeezed here. Yeah. Now, guys, the best season to start in layer farming, the best season will be the sunny season. Yeah, especially around let's say from December, late December, January, and February, and March maybe. That's the best, according to me. That would have been the best season for easy and good management. Why am I saying so? One, during the sunny season, you're likely to use less charcoal. Like now, to me, who's using the pots? The pots has the to heat to give them the warmth. Remember, I told you that this guys, I have to open this button. No. It was over squeezing me. Guys, why am I saying so? No, I was saying about the pot. Remember, I told you that the pot is like the mother to these young chicks. It's like the mother to give them the warmth. Then you're also part of the motherhood. Why? For you're going to feed them, give them water, and also maintain this heat. That means you and the pot You are the guardian or the parents to these young chicks. So, I was still talking about the heat, whatever the charcoal stuff. But during this, now again, during this sunny season, well, the result of enough sunshine too, for that you don't need to use a lot of charcoal. Eh? Uh, like in the rainy season, when it rains, you have to ensure there is enough warmth in the brooder, or else gomboro disease will hit you, my friend, and you will curse poultry. I will end up saying poultry is a scam. They lied about poultry, blah blah blah. What have you? So I'm not saying that you should not start in the rainy season. You can. That's if you're going to ensure that whenever you see the weather has changed, it's about rain, you leave your home, you leave your bed, you go to the brooder. Have to maintain the what? The heat. And another thing about leaving the sun aside, another thing is which month you will start in layer farming is also the same months: December, January, and February and March. Why? You see these months. Always the maize bran and the cost of the maize bran and the cost of the maize itself is always kind of lower compared to other months. It's always lower. And the eggs, they always shoot, always, and they go to the always from maybe from 9,000, 8,500, 10,000, it goes to 10,500, 11,000, 11,500, even 12,000 during this month. There's December, January, February, and at times even March or half of March. That means if you have a brooder, sorry about that. If you bring baby chicks, you buy that cheap feeds, you feed them during that cheap season. By the time the maize bran and the maize shoot back up, by that time these younger chicks are now they are laying and they can feed themselves. So that those months are also good. Those months are very good to start in. They are very good to start in your layer farming. However, now this is it. To whoever wants to start poultry or anything in life, there is no better time than now. There is no better time than now. If you want to start anything, there is no better time. Don't be like that there is this good season or bad season or good month or what. There is no better time than starting than now. Now, like Duncan, he's not here in Uganda, he's abroad, so either in the Arab world or somewhere. But you cannot start from there. You're supposed to come back here. However, you can start when you're there, but the management will disturb you because you're not on ground. I beg kindly, you wait. At the end of your contract, you come back. When you come back, you start your poultry. Don't wait for any season. Don't wait for it. Just start. Anything that you find your way, you will cross it when you reach there. You will cross it if you're doing the thing. You meet an obstacle on the way, then you find all necessary. You do all whatever you do the needful, all the necessary measures. You do whatever it takes, whether going visiting the vets, whether consulting all these YouTubers who have their channels here, whether going what. As long as you start, the thing is just to start. Don't wait for any good season or bad season or what. The time is always right to do the right thing. That's all. The time is always right as long as you're doing the right thing. It is always right. Even if you start in those good, like this season, I've told you, the sunny season, where the January, February, when the maize and the maize bran are kind of low and the eggs are kind of up, my friend, still you face some challenges along the way. You have to face them. You avoid. I don't know what you're trying to avoid, but in poultry, you have to face everything. You have to face them, even if you learn as much as possible. They tell you to read books, go to seminars, go up to what you're watching these YouTube videos. Over my dead body, my friend, with the layers especially, you have to face it. This is the truth, Ganomazima. You have to face it. And if the disease hit you due to your negligence, you have to face it rough. You have to buy the medicine. You have to, if it needs injecting them one by one, you have to. If you buy, sorry about that. If now like the stage of debeaking them at the third month, yeah. If the time of debeaking is due, you have to debeak them. If you're using the machine, well and good. If you're using the knife, I don't know. I'm soon showing you how to debeak this in, but I'm going to show you using the other dual purpose, not this one. This one is okay. They bought them when they already debeaked, yeah. Yeah, there are some chemicals they dip in them, then the mouth in the long run, it cuts off. It is removed off. Eh? As it is baking, then it goes off. Back to this. Back to what I was saying. That you have to face everything in poultry. If you're debaking using the mouth, you have to get it. Then using the knife, you have to get the knife, put it in the charcoal stove. Anything you want to use. After then, you have to cut this mouth. Even if you start in a good season, a bad season, you have to do that. Maybe if you buy the one like these ones, which are came when they are already baked, using their chemicals. Another thing, if diseases have arise or get an outbreak at the farm, you have to treat them. Whether the season is good or the month is good or the month is bad. If it is time of feeding, still you have to touch in your pocket or the bank or whatever, then you have to give them. So there is no good or bad month, there is no good or bad season. Just that some seasons have some good advantages over the other. Like that one I've said of the sunny season, that there is sunshine like now. Like I've showed you in the brooder now, I don't give them the heat during the day. I don't. That means I'm saving on the charcoal. I don't give them. But if it was rainy season, I wouldn't be sitting here. I would be sitting in a brooder just to ensure that I can maintain that pot very well. So another thing I'm going to talk about is Mr. Duncan and someone else there having the same question, that which month or season to start in layer when they are profitable. What is that? The good thing with the layers, since you're going to keep them for around 18 months, that's 1.5 years, 18 months you can even keep them up to 2 years. That's if you give them, you feed them well, you ensure you keep you have to maintain your biosecurity so that you don't always get diseases. Disease after disease. This month you get this one. After 2 months you get another disease. After 3 months, bija kutama. You feel exhausted. Bija kutama because of those diseases coming, hitting you, whatever. So if you can maintain your biosecurity very well, limit the people visiting your farm, even you limit your movements. And if you decide to move, at least ensure those shoes you use to visit other people's farms, you leave them somewhere and you put on your overall and your boots of the farm, then like that, and whatever. Lastly, just keep the money. For instance, if you're going to start with 500, let me say 100 or 50. If you're going to start with 50 and the required money is 1.5 million, or that is like $300, $350 or $400, around there. Let me say 1.5 million Ghana shilling. If you're going to start with 50 layers and the money required is 1 million, 1.5, just keep that money with you. Secure a poultry structure somewhere. Then the rest is history. Enjoy the process. Don't put yourself on pressure. They're not going to die. They're not going to die. A few, like out of 100, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a normal. It's normal. It's normal death. Out of 100 chicks, 2 dying, 1, 3, 4. It's normal. But beyond that, 10, 15, 20, that there's a problem. There's a problem, and it comes due to maybe when they came with a disease from the hatchery, which is very rare, very, very rare. Another thing, you yourself, Mr. Duncan, bringing that disease, you carry a disease to your farm. 3, maybe your friends, your wife, your children, maybe your neighbors, they carry a disease from an affected area to your farm. Another thing is maybe negligence of you in the poultry house, like I showed you here, where the water around the drinker, when they are drinking, they pour the water down there. After they eat these downer things, they leave the water and begin eating the downer tubers. Another thing, when they're putting in the feeds and it pours down, they're going to pack it down. Remember, down there is also the poop, because the same place they are sleeping in, they're feeding in, where they sleep is the same thing where they're taking their feeds, whatever. So if they pack down, there is their poop, they're going to get coccidiosis, like that. Otherwise, there is no good or bad decision, or good or bad math. The time is always right to do what is right. Just start your thing, face everything, enjoy the process. When they get sick, you consult. Why don't look on the negative things only, negative side only. You Let me even tell you, beginners always lucky. Beginners are always lucky. They don't even get any disease. I receive people who start, they say, hey, this badge, this flock has not disturbed me at all. I'm like, just Katonda atyakwadde mukisa. But in the long run, you have to face it. Even those guys who see the big farms, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 70,000, my friend, by the time they're not talking. They just don't talk, but they are facing some challenges. Because terrible, you cannot keep these birds for 2 years or 18 months without getting any disease. Maybe it can happen that this flock, you can keep it for full 2 years or 18 months without getting any serious outbreak. But maybe another flock another year, you can get something. But you're learning now. You're learning how to manage it. You learn what. If you're hit by pox, now you get to know how do they treat pox. You do this, so that by the next time you get another flock, you know what to do and how to avoid it. Otherwise, guys, good morning.